guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial on, I don't know which look, because I'm just going to be playing around with makeup. I do have storm shutters on my windows back there, so it's going to be a little bit dark in here. I'm sorry, I have my lighting up, doing the best I can. So before you leave, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Okay, to start my eyes, I'm going to be using the Sephora collection Bright Futures Gel Serum Concealer in the shade Buttercream to prime my eyelids. And this is the old one, so you have to like dot it. So I did get a new camera. Well, it's my mom's camera, but I did get a new camera. I got the Nikon D90, and I'm trying it out. This is my first time using it. It still does not have the autofocus, so I'm trying to work on that to see if it does have it or not. But if you do have this camera, comment down below if you know of any tips and tricks how to use it. And actually, my ring light that I have does not fit on my camera. My old camera was the Nikon D3300, and my ring light would fit on the cap of it, like the lens cap, and this one doesn't on my new one. So I had to figure out how to find it to get it to work. I have it just hanging on my tripod right now. So that's what we're gonna do for now. To set the eyelids, I'm going to be using Sephora Pro Palette today. And I have the warm one. It looks like this. Semi-primer down, I'm using the lightest shade in the palette. And then for my transition shade, I'm going to be using this NYX brush that I'm in love with. This palette is very pigmented. I absolutely love it. Okay, so I have that shade done. I'm going to go in with just a little bit of a deeper shade. And now I'm going to be hopping over to this shade right here. I'm putting that kind of in the same place, but kind of all over my lid. I really want to focus it more all over the lid. It's a very soft peach color. Very peachy, but that is okay. Oh, also with my new camera, I don't really know if the sound is good, so this is my first video filming with it. I didn't really test it. If the content is not good when I get it back, I will scratch it and I will record it again. So now to really focus more color, like a deeper color in the outer corner, I'm using the M502. I'm using the shade in the top right corner and just putting this out in the outer V. Blend it. And that's all I'm going to be doing for the eyes, so I'm going to send you guys back out to do the face. For primer today, I'm going to be going in and taking like I'm almost empty, so like whatever I can get out. And putting that all over my face. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Vitus Elixir in the shade 710. And I'm going to be putting a few pumps on the back of my hand. This foundation is definitely too dark for me, but I have a light enough concealer that'll fix it. So I'm going to be taking this on a paddle brush and just putting this all over my face. The smell of this foundation is not the best. It is very chemical-y, which, I mean, I personally don't really like. if it has good coverage and I like the foundation, I'm not going to really worry about the smell, because usually in foundations it usually goes away within a few hours or minutes. So I'm just going to make sure to blend this down my neck, because this is not my shade. Alright, so I have a good laid out, so I'm just going to be buffing it in now. So I'm going to be putting the Sephora foundation on the center of my face. And then just a little bit right here. This foundation, or this concealer, the same one that I use for my eye primer, does not have that much coverage, so I'm going to be going in with my Tarte Shape Tape also to layer it just underneath my eyes, because this concealer is light enough to highlight my face, just not enough coverage. Okay, well I let this dry for a second and put a little bit more of Tarte Shape Tape, and somehow I got it on my eye, so I'm just going to blend that out. I'm going to put just a little bit under my eye using Tarte Shape Tape and Light Sand. Just like that, and then I'll be going in with a concealer brush to blend that out. The concealer brush I'll be using is the M173. It's a little brush. So I'm just going to spread it out, and then I'm going to go in with my sponge and just further blend it. Okay, so my skin is looking pretty good. Before creases, I'm going to use powder to set it. To set underneath the eyes, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way loose powder. This powder container used to have the sifter on it, but I did take it off. So I'm going to try not to bake today, so I'm going to just press this powder in just to set it, because it's not very full glam, and I'm just going over to my grandparents' house to have dinner. And for the rest of the face, I'm going to be using this Chanel Natural Finish Pressed Powder in Natural Translucent 2. It looks like this. It's very natural, like it barely shows up on my finger. So I'm going to take a large brush and just set my face. The brush I'm using is this big ass Sephora brush. It is the number 91. It's like a big bomb. There's one like this from Morphe that's a lot more affordable. I don't know what number it is, but I'll leave it in the description box if you guys want to check that out. So I'm going to take a little bit on my brush and just set it. Before I set this, it did set itself, but I just want to make sure that none of it moves. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing bronzer. I'm using my Chocolate Soleil bronzer in Milk Chocolate. For just a little bit more definition in my cheekbones, I'm going to be taking Hoola bronzer with this E48 brush. It's like a tapered little brush. I'm going to take that and chisel these cheekbones. For blush today, I'm using Exposed from Tarte, and I'm with an E4 brush, just an angled brush. For highlight today, I'm going to start with one, and if it's not blinding enough for my liking, I will go with a deeper one. So I'm going to use this one. This is the Skin Twinkle Volume 2 palette from the, I think it's the Rainforest of the Sea collection. I think that's what it is, but that's the one I'm using. I'm using this shade. It's called Spotlight. I don't know if it's going to be too dark or something, but we'll see. Using this Up and Up brush. It's like a dupe for the Anastasia one. Okay, so I'm not seeing too much with this one. My favorite recently has been the highlighter from Tarte, the single one in Exposed. I really like that one, and then mixing it with the Ofra Nikki Tutorial is like the middle shade. So that is what I'm using. So I'm going to first go in with the Tarte one in Exposed highlight. Put a little bit of that on my cheekbones. I'm going to go over top of it with the Ofra and Nikki Tutorials, this shade right here. They are selling these in single pans now, which I'm so excited. Hopefully I can get my hands on one. But I'm going to be taking the middle shade and just go over all of that. So far I've used 3 highlighters, so call me extra if you want, but whatever. I'll probably use another one after I set my base, but that's okay. Can never have too much highlighter, can ya? So now I'm going to be doing my eyebrows, and I have my little tools right here. So I'm using the NYX Single Eyeshadow in Happy Hour with this very old Up and Up brush. And then I like to go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Chocolate. If I do not set my brows, they will be a very crazy mess. So I'm going to be setting them with the Tinted Brow Gel from Anastasia in Chocolate. So my brows are set, so now I'm going to zoom you guys back in to finish the eyes. Okay, so for the bottom lash line, I'm going to be going in with the same palette I was using. So I'm going to start off with this shade right here, really close to the lash line, using my E36 pencil brush from Morphe. Hold up, I forgot eyeliner, so I'm going to be going in with my Sephora Collection Waterproof Crayon Contour in black. I'm going to tightline with this and then also on the bottom. Alright, so now I'm going to be going in with that shade. I did want to do a very warm toned look. So this palette doesn't have very many warm tones, so I'm going to be digging into my Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to be using the shade, this shade right here. And I'm going to be using that NYX brush, if I can find it. Alright, we'll just use this one. This is the E27, or 22. E22 with that shade from the Jaclyn palette. There we go. So I'm just really vamping up that warmness. And now going back into the Sephora Pro palette, I'm going to be taking this shimmer shade, this very warm toned shade. I'm going to be putting that on the inner third of my bottom lash line. Okay, so I did put this color down, and I'm going to be blending it out using that same brush with no additional product on it. Just going to be blending it. Alright, so we did lose a little bit of the shine, so I'm going to be going back in with that red color. And then I'm going to be going in with this shade right here. It is a shimmer shade. I'm going to be using that on my inner corner. This is like a champagne, but mixed with gold, but like mixed with pink. I don't know how to describe it. Because in like the pan before I took off the first layer, it looked very just champagne, but then when I scratched off the top layer, it looked like gold underneath. So I don't really know what's going on, but that's what it is. And then I'll be taking just this little flat shader brush, taking that first bone shade color that we use, and just highlighting my brow bone. I'm going to be putting brown eyeliner on. For that, I'm using the Tattoo liner in the shade Mad Max Brown. Now I'm going to be applying mascara. So for mascara today, I'm using my Lash Paradise from L'Oreal, I think. Yes. And I haven't used this mascara a lot, so let's see if I really like it. Okay, I really like this mascara. I haven't used it in a while, and I used to really like the Better Than Sex mascara, but I haven't for a while because it was clumping up my lashes, but I think it was just getting really old and dry. But now that I have this one, oh, I like it a lot. Alright, so those are my eyes completed. Just need to scrape off a little bit of that mascara. Just gonna take my spoolie and just, oh god. Okay, so the last thing I have to do is set my face. I'm gonna be using the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Oil Controlling Setting Spray. Gonna let that dry for a few seconds and put just a little bit more highlight on top of what I already have on. So I'm going to be using my Nikki Tutorials, this shade. I'm going to put a little bit more. And then I'm going to be taking the lightest shade in the palette and just hitting the tops. The very tops of my cheekbones. So I've completed this look. For lips, I'm just going to do a simple gloss. I'm going to be using the Tarte Glossy Lip Paint in Obby. Okay, so there's that on. So this is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It is a fall makeup look. That's what it will be probably titled in my video. And I hope you guys watching this. Thank you so much. And make sure you guys subscribe so you guys don't miss a video from me. And that's all I have for now. Bye.